We have for verse 14 of the 13th chapter, Gospel of John. Jesus is giving instruction following the object lesson that he has undertaken in connection with washing their feet. And now he's noted in the previous verse that the disciples, of course, call him their Lord. They call him their teacher. And now he wants to drive home the point based on that observation about his own role in their connection. And so we have A. With the indicative, it means if, and usually it implies a condition that actually corresponds to facts. So if, un, postpositive, therefore, if I ego, this is added for emphasis. It's going to stand in contrast to humes down here. If I do this, you should do that is the idea. So if therefore I, enipsa, from nipto, to wash, the word we've seen previously in this context. This is the first person singular, aorist active indicative. So if I, emphasis here, wash, humon, placed up front, to give it additional emphasis. Normally, the possessive pronoun would go behind, tous podos humon, your feet, but now it's the of you, the feet, to give a little bit of additional juice to that word. So if I therefore wash of you the feet, and then impliedly, we might read into it being, some form of the verb eimi might be here, although it's omitted, which it often is. Ho kurios, the Lord, kai ho didaskulos, the teacher. So if I, being the Lord and the teacher of you, as was noted in the previous verse, have now washed your feet, then you also, kai here meaning also. Again, the humes is for emphasis, the second person plural nominative, so you ought, and then opheleta, from ophelo, I ought, I owe, both of those words, this is the second person plural, present active indicative, you ought also, alelon, the reflexive pronoun, one another, of one another, you ought also of one another, niptain, the present infinitive of nipto, to wash, and then tous podos, the feet. Of course, some traditions have actually regarded this as sacramental, that this should be part of the sacramental practice of the church. The vast majority of Christians have not seen it as rising to that level, but certainly have seen here a great important instruction that what should be going on in the life of faith is that we should not be trying to exercise kind of a role of lording it over others who are in the household of faith, but rather that we should all be about the task of washing each other's feet in the various forms that kind of service might in fact show up.